guys, we are talking about habitats, and so far we've done the ocean habitat and we've done the forest or woodland habitat. We're going to talk about the desert habitat today, and don't mind all this mess that I've got going on. That's for some other projects that I'm fixing to do some videos on. First, we're going to talk about the desert, and we're going to do another book by Catherine Sill. Again, it's on Epic. If you guys have subscribed to that, it's really neat. But we are going to just go ahead and get into this, and let's get going. All right, thanks. Here we go. All right, this is about habitat, deserts. Deserts are dry places that get very little rain. See the cactuses, and there's not really a whole lot of grass. This actually shows more grass than I would picture in a desert. Some deserts are very hot, and others can be very cold. And that's one of those things you don't really think about, is cold deserts. It's definitely a thing, and we'll read some more about that in a minute. Many deserts are covered with rocks. Some are sandy and covered with dunes. Living things have special ways to survive in desert habitats. Some desert animals must go long distances to find water. We got some birds here at a little watering hole. Others may burrow underground or find shade during the hottest parts of the day. See the little tortoise here hiding? Many desert animals hunt and eat only at night when temperatures are cooler. Some desert animals wait until it rains to become active. Others get all the moisture they need from the food they eat. So see, he's eating pieces of cactus. The roots of desert plants have special ways of gathering and storing water. See, they look different. Some desert plants can store a lot of water in their stems. See how big and round it gets? Many desert plants are covered with wax that helps keep the water in their stems and leaves. The seeds of some desert plants can stay in the ground for years, waiting until it rains enough for them to bloom and grow. Look at how pretty that is after some rain. Some deserts do not get any rain. Their moisture comes from fog and dew. And they have little beetles. An area in the desert that has water all of the time is called an oasis. Look at the camels. There are always camels is what you think of in the desert. But you don't really think about palm trees in the desert, huh? It is important to protect deserts and the animals and plants that live there. It's definitely a very pretty view. Alright, so here are our little facts about the pictures. On picture 1, a desert is an area that gets less than 10 inches of rainfall a year. The regions around the North and South Poles, Arctic and Antarctic, which are extremely cold and often covered in ice or snow, are also considered deserts. Approximately 1/5 of the land on Earth is warm desert, and about 1/6 is cold desert. Let's see. Oh, no definition found. Cactuses grow in the Sonoran Desert, a warm desert in southern Arizona, California, and Mexico. They can live up to 200 years and grow to be 50 feet tall. That's really tall. Plate 2. In hot deserts, the daytime temperature can be over 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Because there are few clouds and very little moisture in the air to trap the heat from the sun, it can get cold at night. These cooler nighttime temperatures are important for survival of desert life. Greater roadrunners, which are common in the deserts of the southwestern United States, pant to help keep their bodies cool when it's hot. That's what that little bird is. Plate 3. Some deserts are cold for much of the year. During these cold times, precipitation comes in the form of snow. The plants and animals of North America's Great Basin desert, have to be able to survive freezing temperatures in winter as well as intense heat in summer. Plants such as big sagebrush and animals like common ravens are well adapted to extremes in temperatures. Plate 4. Most deserts have sandy areas, but there are more rocky deserts than those completely covered by sand. The Chicxulub Desert, known for its many mesas and mountains, is the largest in North America. Reptiles, such as this collared lizard, thrive in the hot climate. They are cold-blooded, and their body temperature adjusts according to their surroundings. The Arabian Desert has one of the largest continuous areas of sand in the world. The wind constantly moves the sand, causing changes in the size and shape of the dunes. Arabian oryx are desert antelope and became extinct in the wild because of overhunting. Captive breeding programs and reintroduction have successfully restored the species to its native habitat on the Arabian Peninsula. On plate 6, the crowned sandgrouse are able to live in the hottest, driest parts of the Sahara Desert in Africa. They may have to fly up to 30 miles to find water. The male sandgrouse wades in and lets the special feathers on his belly get soaking wet. Then he flies back to his nest and lets his babies drink from his wet feathers. That's really neat. Plate 7. Many animals find cooler temperatures and damper air just a few inches under the desert surface. Desert tortoises burrow underground so that they can live in areas where the surface temperature gets above 140 degrees. Their burrows protect them from the heat in the summer and from the cold in the winter. Desert cottontails find shelter under plants. If vegetation is scarce, they may take cover in the burrows of other animals. On plate 8, Finniks are the smallest kind of wild dog. The desert foxes live in the Sahara and Arabian Desert. Their thick fur is the same color as the sand and provides good camouflage. It also keeps them cool in hot weather and warm during cool nights when they hunt. They have fur on the soles of their feet, which makes it easier for them to run in the hot desert sand. Their huge ears help them find prey and avoid predators. Plate 9. Like other amphibians, New Mexico spadefoot toads require a damp environment to keep their skin moist. They live in deep underground burrows where they may spend 8 to 10 months during hot, dry weather. When the short rainy season begins, New Mexico spadefoot toads come out and mate and lay their eggs. The eggs hatch in about 2 days, and the tadpoles quickly become adults so that they can dig burrows before the rain puddles dry up. Plate 10. Desert kangaroo rats live in the driest areas of North America. They can live without ever having to drink water. Kangaroo rats come out at night when the air is cooler and moister to feed on seeds, plants, and insects. They use their fur-lined cheek pouches to carry and store food. On plate 11, the dahlia cactus left has a large swollen root for storing water and food. The roots of the dahlia cactus are much larger than the stems. Other plants, like the creosote bush, grow many roots to collect every bit of the water in the ground around it. The creosote bush is found in all of the hot deserts of North America. Plate 12. The insides of cactus stems are made of spongy tissue that is able to store water. The thick stems of barrel cactuses have ridges that allow them to expand as water is soaked up. As the water is used, the stem shrinks and the cactuses have spines instead of leaves. Fish hook barrel cactuses get their name from their long hooked spines. Alright, on plate 13. Many desert plants have waxy surfaces that protect them from the sun and help keep water inside. The Harvard century plant gets its name from the mistaken belief that it only blooms every 100 years. A century plant can actually bloom after 20 or 30 years. The bloom stalks are 10 to 20 feet tall, and the blossoms provide food for birds, insects, and bats. On plate 14, the seeds of some desert plants can stay in the dry soil for years, waiting for just the right conditions before they become active. Once the rain comes and the seeds germinate, these desert wildflowers grow, bloom, and make seeds quickly before the land dries out again. Desert wildflowers provide nectar for bees, butterflies, and other insects, as well as food for larger animals. Smaller animals, such as rodents, eat some of the seeds. On plate 15. When temperatures drop at night, dew forms. This is an important source of water for desert plants and animals. Coastal deserts, such as the Namib Desert in Africa, get moisture from fog blowing in from the ocean. Fog-basking beetles are able to drink water provided by this fog. They stand with their heads down and let the fog collect on their bodies. The drops of water roll down their backs and into their mouths. That's interesting. Alright guys, so that is it for our book about deserts. Like I said, I've got a couple projects that I'm working on that I'm going to get together and do a video. So I hope that you guys learned a little bit, and I will see you again soon. Thanks.